left. So speaking of Harold leaving, he just went across the city to go to the Los Angeles Lakers, who had a pretty good week, to say the least. They added Harold, they added Wesley Matthews. They're gonna add Anthony Davis. He's gonna resign there. They're still working out the numbers and stuff like that. How do you feel about the Los Angeles Lakers and also the Schroeder deal? How do you feel about the Los Angeles Lakers and what they've done this past week?
I hope they don't miss some of that uh, Rondo playoff knowledge, which Schroeder is super experienced by this point. So I'm not expecting that. You know, like I expect him to kind of fill some of that void. So that one doesn't bother me as much. But adding Matthews and Harrell, that's massive to me
Yes,
because you're not
yes.
going to make leaps and bounds when you're already the champion, the defending champs. But in my eyes, they got a little bit better. So Wesley Matthews, I can't remember if he's like a defensive guy too, but I know he can knock down threes. I
He
know he's
he,
an efficient score or shooter. So
he
they desperately needed some more of that because
yes.
at some points they were barely able to creep by with what they had. They had Pope and what Cook. Didn't Cook leave or
No, Cook is gone. They did re-sign Pope though.
yeah. So getting Matthews, I feel like it's a small upgrade, and then having Harold there is also. Um, I mean, you can't always have LeBron on, your one or two scorer. So having the other guy there to relieve some of the defensive pressure on LeBron all the time, I think is nice. But uh, that with Schroeder, I mean, I like what they did. You wish I would like to see them keep Bradley, but they didn't really have to. They got used to winning without him, so it didn't matter. But I think they got better and tougher, and the rest of the league, I feel like is they should be on notice because there's no reason for me to think that LA shouldn't win again.
Well, yeah, and that's why it was so important for them to win the championship this last season to
Mm-hmm.
see if they could do it with a weak roster. I said all year it was a weak roster. It wasn't really a shot at them; it was a fact. They had a weak roster, but now year two, the roster's going to improve because you're going to have more cap flexibility, and that's what they've done. Pope actually ended up getting a 3-year deal at 40 million, so that's pretty decent for him. But he earned it. His shooting in the NBA Finals, he earned that hands down. Um, the Lakers are really going to be a tough out now, especially with what happened in Golden State. They've lost Klay Thompson for another season, unfortunately.
I
So it's just
hate
like,
to see that.
yeah. So it's just like the Lakers are getting stronger. No one else in the Western Conference is really getting stronger. They're kind of staying even right now. So this should be another cakewalk for the Lakers in the West. The East teams are kind of bulking up a little bit, but the West looks like they're losing talent. They're degrading a little bit, and then you have this beast in LA. So we'll just have to see what happens. But the Lakers have had an absolutely fantastic week.